with this interview, I honestly feel like this a big interview. This a special interview. A lot of people got their thoughts. A lot of people had their opinions. A lot of people may judge you. You know what I mean? Whether you care or not. You know what I mean? But we want to hear from you. We want to get to know who the man is. You feel me? If you can, talk about the origin of where you from. You know what I mean? Just to start off, and what was life like for you coming up, you feel me, in the city?
From the Brewster projects, the new Brewsters, shit. It's like considered like downtown Detroit. You can say it's like east side, but it ain't really east side. It's midtown, if anything. From the projects, I grew up on Linwood a lot. Like most of my childhood to the west side, east and west, for real. Shit, I'm just a Detroit baby, Detroit nigga. Shit, east to west.
If you was able to describe the Brewsters, you know what I mean? Every hood got its own identity. You know what I mean? You got some hoods that's, you know, they might say they getting money over there. You got some hoods where, you feel me, it might be grimy or whatever the case may be. How would you describe the Brewsters coming up?
Get money all day. Get money or die all day.
Sure.
Type of time.
That's what you saw, you know what I mean, as a youngin'? Like that's something that you saw vividly. People get money.
Or dying, hell yeah, basically.
In terms of, you know, household, if you can, did you grow up with moms and pops?
Hell yeah, it was so crazy. I had both my parents in my life till I was like 15, for real. Like, no cap. My mama and my daddy.
And what would you say, you know what I mean, that relationship, you feel me, was like for you?
Shit, it was good while it lasted, type of time.
Yeah. And was it, I assume that it was a separation.
Hell yeah.
Did that fuck with you?
For sure, I wasn't ready for that shit. I ain't expect it.
Real talk.
Real, young as hell.
Real talk.
Shit, life be life.
Nah, for real. And even with that, you know what I mean, maybe pops, you know what I mean, after the divide, who would you say that you spend more time with? And if it wasn't pops, do you feel like that put a dent in your relationship? You know what I mean?
I really like them with my mama more, cause it's like my daddy shot out of town. My mama stayed here, like on Linwood. So it's like I wanted to stay here to take my mama. But in the midst of me trying to do that, I caught a case. Boop. So, shit. And I was young as hell. I was like 15 when I caught that case. That shit. I ain't really get out till I was 17.
Oh.
Then it's like, shit was just different, bro.
Yeah.
It was just too different. I ain't gonna lie. Cause I was already trying to hold the house down once my daddy left. So once I went to jail in the midst of trying to hold shit down, I came home to some whole different shit for
Like
young as hell.
different. And talking about that, bro, 15, you know, that's a pretty early age. You know what I mean? For some people that's actually living in it, they may not consider that to be a young age to jump off the porch. But the reality is, you know, from the outside looking in, that's a young age. You feel me? To jump off the porch. What would you say? I
really been off that bitch. It's just like,
what age would you say you first jumped off the porch?
man, 15. Say 11.
Say 11. What do that look like though? Like at 11 years old, like what is them young, you know what I mean, activities that would consider that jumping off the porch?
Bad as hell, towing guns, shit, throwing rocks at abandoned houses, Shit, breaking in houses, knocking trash cans down, just being
All
doing,
type of shit.
feel me, stealing bikes, doing shit a little kid really not supposed to be doing for real.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And you say as time go on, leading up 11, 12, 13, 14, it's
I was
elevated.
getting more advanced with this shit type of time. But the shit, the karma was catching up too at the same time.
For sure. Would you say that maybe some of the decisions at a young age
Affect what I
can't
got going on now. What?
I wasn't about to say that, but that too. But more so, do you feel like not having, like, basically was pops or mom dudes, was anybody able to control anything that you had, or you was just deviant? Like, I don't give a fuck what nobody's saying. I'm just on bullshit. You feel me?
I just was on bullshit, but it's like shit, I was poor as hell.
Mm.
For real, for real. Like I stayed on Linwood and it's like when I stayed on Linwood, we ain't had no water on that bit. No water in the house, period. Like we had to use bottles of water. I had to my other mama stayed like probably like 10 minutes away. So we'd fill up bottles of water to get shit going in
Yeah.
our household. But that's what type of time I had to go through over there. And it's like, boo, this like 2014, like 2013, and like 2013, 2014, and like 2018 is when my mama moved from over there. But it's like shit, we still was thugging over there all them years. So imagine, you feel me?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. It's kind
And
of
that
damn.
shit down there was normal to me at
That's
the
what I was about to
time, but
say.
that shit
Yeah,
not really. Man,
it ain't
hell
normal.
no. I really was going through that shit as a kid, and it's like I used to have to go to school, feel me, deal with that shit. All kind of little shit, neighbor, feel me?
Yeah.
Then it's like I really wasn't from the west side. I'm putting on for what I put on for at the time, so it's like I got to deal with that shit in that neighborhood. All kind of little shit, man. I was going through all that shit.
Man, would you say, like, even thinking about school, you know what I mean? Like, on some real shit, man, that's where a lot of shit gets started at. You feel me? Cause it's like you say, you're not even from, what school did you go to, if I may ask? What school you go to?
What you mean? I went
At
to
the,
all kind of
you
schools,
say it was
bro.
everywhere, huh?
Man, east to west, from elementary to high school.
Mm. We're gonna fast forward a little bit. Let's go to 15. You catch your case and you get out at 17, right?
Right. Now
Um,
look, I caught the case for home invasion and shit, for like breaking into houses and shit, like stealing and shit, basically. But by the time it caught up to me, I didn't advance more in the streets. Like I ain't even stealing. Like I'm getting money a whole different way. But it's like I still did what I did, and it caught up to me. I ain't had my father in my life at the time, so it's like all I had was my mama. So it's like with that shit, I did a no contest plea guilty. Like basically told on myself, surrendered, some goofy ass shit. But by my daddy and that bitch, he would have been like, "What?
could have beat it.
Yeah, hell yeah." I ended up doing time for that shit. So once I got out, I was already like on some hoe at the time before I got locked up. So when I got out, I was really trying to get right back to that shit for real.
Yeah.
Got out, got right back to that shit. I wasn't even off juvenile probation for a whole month. Caught a whole adult case at 17. I'm like, damn.
And that was the attempt.
Hell no, this was a crack cocaine case.
Oh. And so when you caught that case, first and foremost, just to talk about the case at 15, getting locked up, first time, you feel me? End up doing 2 years. What was it like in there? You know what I mean? Like,
The
was it
little
hostile?
juvie shit.
Yeah.
Man, that shit, I was too advanced for them little niggas in there, man. Like, I really wasn't supposed to be there, man. It's like, for real, I was supposed to be.
Bro was on some, he's supposed to been on a big yard type shit.
Yeah, but it's like, that I was too much for that shit, man. You feel me? I had to go through that shit, though, because I did what I did,
No
but
doubt.
that shit was some bullshit. But it's like, hey, what can I say? Uh, The juvenile part, that shit wasn't about shit for real.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
For sure.
I know what I did, so it's like I manned up to that shit. The placement part, like the rehabilitate yourself, that shit, that part, where they really focus on you and try to make you really change for the better and shit. Now that shit was like, I had struggles going through that shit, but what can I say? I got through it.
For sure.
Basically.
What was the biggest struggle though about that part?
Man, that shit wasn't right, man. The type of times they used to just be on in that bitch, dog. For real. Shit wasn't right.
Mm.
I went to this one little placement, like in the hood, dog. That bitch called Don Bosco. My nigga, little Chris. On Elmhurst and Broad Street, dog. And it's like that bitch really like supposed to be like a juvenile placement center for the youth and shit. Like that bitch supposed to be like, how can I say that bitch supposed to be? That bitch was like the hood, bro. Like
Right.
basically all that shit, man. I can't make this shit up. That little placement shit that they thought I was supposed to like better myself in, that shit was like getting me set up more for the streets, cause it's like type of time we was on in that bitch, dog. It's like I'm only finna say so much, bro.
Oh, for sure.
That shit was like the crib.
Yeah.
You get down there, bitches in that bitch. Swear to God, you can, man, do what you want, bro. And it was like I was still young, and it's like, how can I better myself if this
If
was
it's available for me, yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Then the type of time y'all want me to get on, and that shit dead ass wrong. Like I ain't going for that.
Sure.
For real, I wasn't going for that sucker shit.
So, like you say, you come home not long after that, you catch the cocaine case. You go through that. Did you end up beating that?
Man, hell no, that shit. I got felony on my record
Man,
right
if we
now
could
for selling
ask, bro,
crack.
how many times you done been how many times you done got locked up, bro?
And I don't know though. I really don't know. I really lost count. That shit
Damn.
fucked up.
But you here though. So,
So
that's all that matters at the end of the day, you feel me? So moving forward, you move through your teens. At what point did the music begin to play a factor for you where you said this is something that I really want to do?
when my homie died, I'm just telling him my wrist, my homie Juice changed. He from the projects just like me, from the new Brewsters. He was really on that shit for real, like dedicated to really doing that shit and like getting like famous and rich off that shit for real, basically. And it's like that shit really wasn't working out for him, like how he really was spending his time and shit. He really was hard as hell. Really came from the same place I came from. And he died like the jankiest way. So it's like on some janky ass shit. And it's like, man, that shit just made me want to do that shit even more. Cause it's like, shit, bro was already fucking with it. He damn near encouraged me to do it. Why not?
Yeah.
Type of time.
Yeah. And what year was this, would you say?
When he passed.
Or yeah, and when you
What?
began to take it serious?
He passed 2019. I ain't take this shit serious about 2020 though.
You say 20 what?
2020.
2020. And I think you dropped your first project in 21, right?
Type shit.
Yeah. What was your mentality going into that one?
Mentality going through that one shit. 2021, I was 20 years old. Shit. I was on tether, bro. One on shit.
You say you wasn't on nothing?
Probably in the house somewhere, focused on the music.
And I was gonna go through the playlist just to that was Never Listen.
Never listen. That's
2021.
the name of the tape.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
first one.
yeah. You say you wasn't on nothing going through that one. My mindset for the project, you got dead money, no worries, radar, new beginnings with GT, you know.
Yeah, no, that shit was on the floaty, and I had to like come from out my shell and like start pop my shit.
For sure.
I was on tether around that time though, for sure.
2022, you don't drop nothing. What would you say the reason?
2022, I got shot that year. Went to jail that year. And lost a couple homies that year.
So that was a rough year.
Hell yeah. For real, it's fucking me up. That's why I really kind of focus on music, because it was like, I had doctor's appointments and shit to attend to here, so it's like, I was on the shit bag and all that type of shit, so it's like, why go out of town? I gotta be right back here at a doctor's appointment, so it's like,
No
I was
doubt.
trying to figure that shit out, and I ended up catching the case in the midst of being on the bag and shit. I ended up beating that shit though. Coming home, still on the bag. It's like if I would have stayed in there on that bitch though, I'd have damn near been on that bitch for the rest of my life. It's like in Wayne County, the way they treat you, you know.
For sure. When you say you was on the bag, I know, and you got shot, I know that was
Philosophy bad.
yeah, I know that was a hell of a moment. Of course, you ain't got to go into details, but your movement leading up into that moment, like, what was the day like? Did you feel it?
Man, I was high as hell, nigga. I was just telling my homie about that shit today, like, nigga. I had the bus on the other day and took them bitches off, cause it's like, nigga, last time I had the bus on, I got shot with them bitches on. I was high as hell, not even knowing I'm finna get shot, but it's like, that's all I remember, being high as hell, buffs on, gun go off, or janky shit.
Damn. And
High as hell that day.
when you actually get shot, you feel me? Are you aware or?
Hell yeah, I felt that bitch. And I got shot in my belly button. That bitch hit the main artery, so it's like really bled out instantly. But it's like happened where it happened in the project, and the hospital was right there.
It worked out.
Yeah.
For sure. Was you like going through the surgery? They, you know what I mean, you probably wasn't aware or whatever, but waking up out of it.
And I woke up in handcuffs, like, man, so many tools going in and out my body, and it's like they knew I was gonna freak out when I woke up. I woke up seeing my mama. I ain't seen my mama in I don't know how long. So just to wake up and see her, and then me like the way I am, I woke up tripping. But I really was just trying to talk, but they got me.
Can't even say nothing.
Yeah, they down there thinking I'm finna trip. They done put me back to sleep. I'm like, damn.
Recovery process. Was it tough for you, or it just was, you know?
I had to learn how to walk again. That shit was crazy. For real.
Shit was tough, huh?
Yeah.
So you had to learn how to walk again. Did you have to go through physical training? Is it something that you had to go to a class or something? Or you just learned on your own, really just moving around the crib or whatever the case may be?
I really was, at first I was trying to get right in the hood, and I'm like, man, this shit ain't safe. Ducked off in the birds and got to like doing like, I ended up moving out of town with my people. They helped me get right. Shit.
For sure. For sure, for sure.
Took care of me, helped me change my bags and shit every day.
So, you also say that year, you took a lot of losses. With, if I may ask, how old are you, bro?
23.
23. How many people would you say that you could, just off top, that you could think of that was homies, family, loved ones that you lost?
To the streets, street life.
Street life, all life. Because it all hit the way it hit, you know what I mean? But we can just keep it, you know what I
I
mean?
don't know, bro. That shit sad to say.
So you can't even count.
Uh,
That shit make you
a
numb.
lot of people lost their life to this life. Make me numb, hell yeah.
How hard is it for you to, uh, I want to say, sympathize for other people? You know what I mean? When you've experienced some of the things, and like you said, do it make you numb? Hell yeah. Do that? Do that make you move a certain type of way where you kind of just, I guess I want to say just, I don't want to say cold-hearted to other people, but just in general, like how do that affect the way that you interact with people?
Should I play these people how they play me, bro, at the end of the day? Streets gonna be the streets.
You get through 2022, and then you go crazy 2023. Slime City, No Love Lost, Slime City 2. What was the energy of the year? Was it like I'm back, it's time to pop out?
I had caught another case that began like I had just beat some shit and caught some more shit that began the year, like during the December, January 2023, 2022. So it's like, yeah, I got out, so now I'm fighting the case. Then like 4 or 5 months later, they slapped me on the tether. Now I'm on bond. So it's like I really can't bust up and shit. Uh, shit, I knew I was finna sit down. Then I paid for a lawyer and shit. So it's like, I didn't know how long I was finna sit down for it, but I just knew, shit, man, I ain't finna keep just letting
For
me
sure.
slide through this shit, you feel me?
Sure.
And it's like, my lawyer got me the best deal he could give me at the time. Like, they really was trying to give me more time than what they gave me, but the way the circumstances was and shit, it was like,
Well, how much time you end up?
I ended up getting like 90 days. They were trying to give me like a year for the charges in Oakland County. My lawyer ended up giving me like 90 days because I was like under the influence. I was off drugs, shit. So they got me a drug class, 90 days in jail. But I was still on probation in Detroit. So it's like, I'm thinking I'm good right after this shit, but I still got to see the Wayne County judge. So he can do whatever he want to do with me too. Couple days, I get sentenced today. I'm thinking I got 90 days. They snatched me up one day for a court date in front of the Wayne County judge. I got a good lawyer, so it's like he was fighting for me. Instead of them doing what they could have did, send me to prison and shit, they gave me like the same time Oakland County gave me and ran my shit concurrent.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it worked out for me. For real. I ended up doing like 6 months and coming home.
Right.
And I've been going through this shit ever since. For real. I got like 2 more years of probation in Oakland. I got like 90 more days in Wayne on probation.
Damn.
It's time to come off in less than 90 days.
And that's what I heard, like a 5-year probation. 5-year tether or something, right?
Oh,
What is it? 5-year probation or 5-year?
hell no. What you talking about?
Oh no, that's what bro was saying. He probably, but because I was gonna say, even when you look at the thug shit, you feel me, being on probation for that extended amount of time, you feel me, how they try to, you get what I'm saying, trap a person by putting them on.
Hell yeah, for sure, for sure.
You know what I
I ain't
mean?
been doing shit, but getting right back up in that bitch.
Facts. But like I say though, even with 2023, you dropped 3 projects. You feel me?
Dropping that shit from jail, for real. It's like, I ain't really know how crazy I was going because I'm locked up. But it's like everybody telling me then it's like I'm locked up in my mind state. I'm really not rapper mode. I'm really going through what I'm going through at the time. I ain't gonna lie. I got a sister in jail for murder right now. She ended up killing her boyfriend like 5, 6 days after me turning myself in. That shit fucked me up in there. And a lot more other shit was happening while I was in there too, fucking me up. So it's like I really couldn't focus on rap. I was in there getting in the fights and shit. I ended up breaking my right hand. I really was supposed to get this bitch like cut open. And they was telling me like screws or some crazy shit. And it's like, do I really want to get my hand cut open in this bitch? Be walking with one hand. I'm already little as hell.
Right.
So I really wasn't with that. I just had to cast on my shit. So it really was hard. Then it's like, oh, we had like baseball pencils and shit. It was hard to come across a pen in that bitch for real, on the rocks I was on. It was like, shit, who finna be writing all day? But you feel me?
No,
like,
facts.
I ain't got no beats, no nothing in this bitch. I'm around 10, 12 other lame ass niggas. Like, come on, man.
Facts.
I was making like 2-3 racks landing bros here just to see if I still got it, but I wasn't fucking with that shit in there.
No doubt.
I was in that bitch tweaking out.
When you say, when you talk about, you know, your brothers, you feel me? How important is like your circle and the people, you know what I mean, that keep you going on the music? Because now I just kind of want to enter into the segment of the interview where we kind of talk about the now. You feel me? Like what's going on now. We all know, you feel me, your circle. You feel me? Y'all all been dropping music. Boom, you know, what's the brother name? Big Homie. You know what I mean? When you talk about your circle, how important is the guys around you? You feel me? And how do y'all keep each other motivated? How do y'all keep each other musically on y'all A game?
Shit, about motivating each other, shit, to keep this shit going for real. Like, I be telling my niggas, like, shit, I be feeling like I can't do this shit without y'all. Like, if it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't even be doing it. So it's like, and they be telling me the same shit back. So be like, shit, real, like a motivational thing for real.
For sure.
Keep that shit going.
Just in being transparent. Anytime I sit down with somebody, at the end of the day, we gotta ask questions that the fans want to know. We gotta ask questions that the fans, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You ain't gotta go into detail, but we all seen a slight back and forth on social media between Stacks and Big Homie.
Mm-hmm.
How does that, because at the end of the day, y'all was all together.
Yeah.
How does that affect the relationships, and what's the movement now in terms of all of y'all relationship?
Man, that shit they was just trolling motherfuckers like y'all, bro. That's all that shit was. They probably with each other right now.
Back into the music. What, a couple months ago you drop a new project?
Yeah, Make Bands Not Friends.
Make Bands Not Friends. My favorite record on there, Deep End.
I don't know what that be. I don't even know the song.
Thought process behind that project.
Shit, my manager being on my head, like, man, you gotta do this shit. You gotta focus up, man. You gotta get your head off that bullshit, focus up on this project and shit type of time. So it really was like, what can I say? Like, that project, weak as hell to me, if you ask me, cause it's like, I feel like that bitch was forced. I really wasn't ready. Like, I came home, like, forced, like, I gotta drop. You feel me? I ran out of music. They fiending for this shit. And it's like, that's what I gave them. And it was like, that shit was off the dome. But it was like, I feel like that shit was forced. Like, my new shit I got on the way, Slime City 3.
That's the one.
Yeah, I'm picking this shit back up type of time.
For sure. In terms of your fans, man, when you step out and you getting love, like, how do that make you feel? You feel me, to know that you
Feel
somebody
good.
that came from nothing?
Man, what? That shit feel crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Every day that shit be fucking me up. I
When
just seen some little niggas on Instagram acting like they was me. I'm like, hell no.
it's hard.
That's crazy.
When people run up to you and take pictures when you out, you know,
I'm with that shit
100.
all day.
That's one of the biggest misconceptions, though. You know what I mean? Like, what do you say, you know, to those people, you know, that misperceive you in that regard and feel like you unapproachable or they can't come to you and kick it
You
with
want a
you?
picture? Come get a picture. I know you want a picture. Come on, let's take a picture. It be to the point I damn near gotta tell them let's take the picture
For
for real,
sure.
I swear.
Getting love, bro. Peasy always
Right.
show love. You know what I mean? Um, when you see, you know, some of those artists, you know, that crossed over, you know what I mean, in the industry, and just, you know, being a part of Detroit culture, you know what I mean? Um, when you get that love, how do that make you feel?
Shit made me feel like I'm the young nigga that won.
Um, even with doing, even with doing interviews, you know what I mean? How important is it for you? You know, I always tell people, bro, that music, I say 10-20% of it is the actual music. And the other 80-90% is the interaction. People getting to know your personality, understanding what type of person that you is. You feel me? Is that something that you kind of struggle with putting yourself out there and actually doing? Because you ain't got a lot of interviews. You feel me? You ain't just running around and you not even
I
known.
don't be so quick to hop on these platforms doing that type of shit for real.
Yeah.
That's all it be.
What's your
I be
reasoning?
on my own time.
Got you.
Cause a lot of shit be messy as hell.
For sure.
Too much going on.
100%. 100%. Do you feel like platform wise, do you feel like Detroit has kind of done a good job when you look at all of the platforms that's going on in the city? What critique would you give, or what would you say that we doing good?
We doing good as a whole. Shit, I don't know. Shit, everybody stick together. Shit, it be like Detroit versus everybody. Yeah, it's me.
For sure.
We all stick together. We all one.
No doubt. Do you see the different platforms though?
So far, so good. It don't be shit wrong with them to me. For real.
100.
It's just, it be shit going on. Feel me, at the times and shit. And it just be like,
Stay away from it.
stay away from
I totally understand. I totally
Stay away
understand.
from that shit.
Going into the fourth quarter, well, we already in the fourth quarter of the year. Like you say, Slime City 3 on the way. Tell us what we can expect, man. If you can, man, you got features on there, anything, man. Let us know what we looking for.
Got Peasy on that bitch. You got the big homie on there. What else you got on there? I want to say Q50 from the Rack on there. I'm not sure. Chicken P on there. It's a couple more people on there, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I be so
For sure.
threw off with this shit, man.
For sure.
Couple motherfuckers on that bitch, though. That bitch gonna be that.
Even with that, you just dropped a visual with Chicken P. You know what I mean? How y'all make that connection?
How we make that connection, man. I met Chicken P ass in Miami, dog. It was so crazy. Cause it was like, I was already tweaking off his shit before like we locked in that day. So when I seen him, he instantly like, oh, that's Lil Bro. Come rap with me. My manager, he so not really knowing what's going on when Chicken P say rap with me. He down there thinking Let's get in the studio, go bar for bar. All the time, he really saying, let's come kick it. He camera ready, studio ready. Come on, he about to go record with Chicken whole time. Listen, bro. I wasn't even on that type of time, bro. Like, for real, like, man, I ain't gonna lie. Coming home to that shit, I really wasn't ready for that shit. Like, that paparazzi life, like, I ain't gonna lie. I was really going through what I was going through in my head still. The jail shit really fucked me up. So it's like I'm really trying to see this shit for what it is, but that shit really still fucked me up. And it's like, he was kicking it to me like, man, you hard, you the one. With all y'all boys out there, bro, you gotta stay level-headed. Focus on this money, bro. Fuck niggas type of time. Like, don't let nobody throw you off. Like, nigga, you ain't get this far for nothing. Like, you really one of the ones. You ain't here for no reason type shit. And it's like I was listening to him for sure. I heard him. I heard him out for sure. Then it was like, we wasn't even kicking it about doing no music because it was like, I really wasn't ready for real. Like, if he get on the song, he fuck around, box me up on that bitch. So it's like, me personally, I really wasn't ready, but my manager and them, they like, nigga, ready or not, nigga, you gon'
for sure
figure
take
this
advantage
shit
of
out.
the opportunity, yeah.
So it's like we ended up going in the studio, did a little song and shit, and it's like, I really wanted to tell him, get on that bitch, but it's like, nah, I didn't, held back. Sorry. Then what the fuck happened? I met him out there in Miami. For real. We ain't do shit. Damn. Fuck, we locked in. Janky ass shit. Think I was meeting up with Peasy, do some shit, and Chicky P was just around. Oh yeah, I remember that shit now. We was in the studio. He like, shit, you got some shit for me to hop on? I'm like, hell yeah, I had pulled up. Just did some shit for real recently. He did that bitch then and there. Tripped on that bitch for real.
That's hard. Then when he came to the city, shot the video, you know, that went viral, you know what I mean? Everybody seen that, you know, and then just dropped it, what, yesterday? Day before yesterday?
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Or the day before.
Yeah, man. Sky's the limit, bro. You know what I mean? Definitely, like if we talking about the artists in the city that's right at the cusp of getting over that hump, definitely got to mention you. So again, man, definitely keep pressing. You know what I mean? You got the platform support, you know, and if you had any words or messages, you know, for first off, man, the young niggas. You feel me? What's your message to the young niggas? I seen Gotti, he made a post and he said it's the responsibility of the people, of the youngins right now that got the platforms, that got the torch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People looking at you. People are motivated and inspired by you. What is your message to the youngins, you know what I mean, that's coming up and that's looking at you, you know what I mean, for leadership and guidance and all of that? What would you tell them?
I tell them straight up, like, you a young nigga and you watching this video right now, stay in school, listen to your elders, respect your elders, man, listen to your parents, for sure, shit, elders, shit, they ain't gonna be telling you nothing wrong, in the long run, for real. Shit I rap about be entertainment, you ask me, like, so it's like, that shit don't even be bullshit, for real. Streets washed up, streets dead as hell. I wish I'd have listened to my elders back then. I wouldn't be going through the shit I'm going through now. I'd really be bigger than what the fuck I'm supposed to be if I would have listened. You feel me? So it's like, man, stay off them drugs. Stay away from that shit. Stay in school. Stay focused. Stay away from shit and stay sucker free. That's what I tell young niggas. Right out.
That's what it is, man. Definitely appreciate you for sitting down. You know what I mean? Till next time, man. The Foreign Magazine, Pulse of the Culture, YBN Lil Bro.
YBN Lil Bro, Slime fucking city.
Let's get it.